Here's the issue, though. I think it's the natural follow-up question. I want to go to this side for a moment, if I can. Congressman, the idea that you would try them as civilians and in a civilian court, and you would declare them to be engaged in criminal enterprise, doesn't that also present obstacles for our national security? That's what we're talking about here, because they do have various rights. If I was Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's lawyer, the first thing I would be saying is, hey, look, speedy trial. I've been sitting in Guantanamo Bay an awful long time. And all those admissions I made, all those statements I made about I'm glad I did it, not admissible.
Well, I mean, you got to go back to first analysis, which is what rights are they allowed, permitted, or required to have under our Constitution? We make a fundamental mistake if we believe that you have the whole panoply of constitutional rights when your only connection to the United States is we captured you on the battlefield trying to kill us. Now, the battlefield has been expanded such that the battlefield may be actually in U.S. territory, as what occurred on Christmas Day. And I would take the counsel of former Attorney General Mukasey, who's the former federal judge Mukasey, who presided over the first terrorist trials, who said there is nothing objectionable under the Constitution to first take an individual like that, commit them to detention by our military, subject them to intensive interrogation, and in some circumstances I support enhanced interrogation, and at that point in time get the information that will allow you to protect against further attacks. That's your number one first aim. Secondly, if after you have done that you believe there is reason to try them, then you make the determination as to whether it's to be civilian or military. And I would say in almost every instance it would be better to be military, precisely because they can handle the issues of evidence of national security much better than we can in the civilian court.
All right, let me go to Congressman Barr. You also served as U.S. Attorney in the Northern District of Georgia. Your view on this issue of the civilian versus enemy combatant situation, how would you go about it?
Well, back in 1996, when I served in the Congress, we passed a law called the Anti-Terrorism and Effective Death Penalty Act of 1996. And part of the purpose, a primary purpose of passing that law, which was in fact signed into law and is currently the law of this land, was to address situations that we believed could very well crop up in which you would have somebody commit an act of terrorism defined in the statute in U.S. territory or on a U.S. air carrier over U.S. territory. Now, either we believe as lawyers, as lawmakers, and as citizens that there is value in laws that are passed have meaning and have a purpose, or we don't. If we go around saying, well, we passed this law to address specifically the activity that let's call him what he is, an idiot, on that airline flying into Detroit on Christmas Day, what he tried to do, if we pass a law that is designed to expressly provide penalties and a procedure for bringing him to justice and hopefully securing, if not the death penalty, as the law can provide for, or a life sentence without the possibility of parole, then use the law. But I don't think that we should go down the path of allowing our leaders to have their cake and eat it too. There is nothing magical about a military tribunal. They don't have necessarily better lawyers than in a civilian sector. I think I have a lot more faith in our U.S. attorneys who are non-political than my colleagues on the other side of this debate do. We can try them. We should try them. That is precisely, Jay, what our law provides for. And when the first time we're faced with a situation, we say, oh, we want to have them go to the military, let them torture them for a while. It's not enhanced interrogation techniques. Waterboarding is torture. How would you like to be waterboarded? Try that.
Well, look, hey, folks, come on. We agreed. Look. What did I say in the beginning? This is the value of being a conservative. We can agree to disagree, and we can discuss it. But let me tell you this, just a little disagreement here. I get the floor. Here's a little bit of a disagreement. I'm a defense lawyer. If I was defending one of these guys, which I would, I'd rather be defending it honestly, Congressman. I'd rather be defending it in the civilian court. It's a different ballgame. But